Lost media. Something is such an interesting topic because it goes into such deep dives into any topic you can possibly think of. We've made a couple lost media videos on this channel, but today we're looking at heavy metal. No dawdling, let's get right into it. 2001. In 2001, Metallica was starting their recording sessions of their brand new album. At this point, Metallica consisted of James Hetfield, Lars Ulrich, Kirk Hammett, and Bob Rock. With Jason Newsted just leaving Metallica, Metallica needed someone on bass, and Bob Rock stepped in for it. So whilst Metallica was in the recording process of this brand new album, they did a lot of the recording at the Recital studio in San Francisco. Now, despite Metallica almost recorded an entire album worth of material here, not much of it was used. After Metallica was done recording at the Recital studio, they ended up going back to what's known as the Metallica HQ to both finish the album, piece everything together, and release the gem that is Saint Anger out in the world. A lot of the songs on this were chopped up into songs we end up seeing on Saint Anger, but not all. There are a few songs that have been leaked out. There are some snippets of songs that have got out there. But nonetheless, there are actually some songs from these recording sessions that we have never seen. Metallica has said maybe they'll release them someday, maybe, but for the time being, they're currently hidden away. 1977. In 1977, Ozzy Osbourne left Black Sabbath. At this point, Black Sabbath was actually looking for a new singer, so they hired Dave Walker of previously Savoy Brown and Fleetwood Mac. This is around the end of 1977, going into the very beginning of 1978. Black Sabbath was actually starting to work on their Never Say Die album, and they were getting a lot of the vocals put together for Dave. They even got to do one live performance that we recently got to see leak out. But right before they're going to go actually start production on the brand new album, Ozzy Osbourne rejoined Black Sabbath, so Dave Walker left, along with all of his lyrics. Because despite Ozzy Osbourne was totally fine coming back to Black Sabbath, he was not fine actually singing anyone else's lyrics, which is why when Black Sabbath got back together with Ozzy Osbourne in 2011, he never sang anything from anybody else. Meaning somewhere out there is all the lyrics that Dave Walker actually had made for the Never Say Die album, which never got used. 1979. Speaking of Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne, 1979, Black Sabbath is actually starting production on what was going to be their next album, Heaven and Hell. What's actually been confirmed by Black Sabbath is Ozzy went and did vocals on both Children of the Sea and Die Young. And in addition to that, it's actually said that he did vocals on Heaven and Hell before leaving Black Sabbath. This has been confirmed by both Geezer Butler and Tony Iommi in his book Iron Man. And as much as I would actually really love to hear Ozzy do this without the use of AI, these have never surfaced. You can actually go find some demo tapes of Dio singing Heaven and Hell. But you can't find anything of Ozzy Osbourne singing Heaven and Hell, which means those demos are tucked away somewhere in the Black Sabbath vaults, and oh my god, they'd be so cool to hear. But for now, they're lost in time. 2000. In 2000, Bruce Dickinson was back working with Iron Maiden, releasing Brave New World. But whilst Iron Maiden was actually in production of Brave New World, Bruce said he wanted to do another project, something with 3 lead singers, being 3 Tremors. The singers Bruce Dickinson really wanted to work with was Rob Halford and Dio. Now, they did actually get some writing sessions started, and rumor has it there was actually some demos recorded, but the band never actually happened. Despite being busy with Iron Maiden and recording his own solo music, Bruce really wanted to make this happen, but Rob Halford was about to be rejoining Judas Priest in addition to still making his own solo material, and Dio was just said to be really busy the whole time, could never really make time for it. So unfortunately, 3 Tremors was kind of pushed to the back burner, but was officially dead after Dio's passing in 2010, meaning the 3 Tremors band is never going to happen. The only thing we've ever received from the 3 Tremors band was actually on the Bruce Dickinson Mandrake Project album, and that was Shadow of the Gods. Shadow of the Gods is the only song that was actually intended for this album and has been released. So Bruce Dickinson's working another album, he's sitting on all that material, so it's more than likely we might actually see another one come out. But for the rest of it, it's all currently lost. 2015. In 2015, Manowar announced they'd be actually working on a brand new studio album and their follow-up album to the 2012 Lords of Steel. Despite Manowar said they started on the album and they have been in the studio, the album never surfaced. Manowar actually called for a retirement farewell tour before we got this album. What happened? Who knows? Since working on it, Manowar has actually released 2 EPs, a single, and has recorded the Sign of the Hammer album twice, but we haven't got the full-length album. Joey DeMaio has said that Manowar is still working on a full-length album. Now, it's more than likely that whatever songs they had made for that 2016 version of this album probably aren't scrapped but are tucked away, and well, we'll probably never see them. I do have hopes for a new album, but whatever we're going to get in 2016 is probably lost away. 1988. In 1988, Judas Priest was releasing their brand new album, Ram It Down. And whilst they're in the final stages of Ram It Down, they're actually taking on a little experimental side project that they didn't speak too much about. Judas Priest teamed up with Stock Aitken Waterman to do this metal meets pop album. And Judas Priest has said they went in, they recorded the full album pretty quickly, and kind of scrapped it. Rob Halford has said he always really liked the album and he actually really wants to leak it out or just release it by himself one day. But KK Downing and a few of the guys in Judas Priest all said this was not the right move for Judas Priest. Having the Judas Priest name on a pop album was likely going to alienate a lot of fans, so they did not want to release it. Bits of some songs and covers do actually exist, like this.
Today I saw somebody who looked just like you. She walks like you do.
For the time being, the whole album is currently hidden away and lost to the world. Seeing as though Rob Halford has said he wants to leak it out one day, tells me he likely has it, tells me that at least he has possession of it. Whether we'll actually see it leaked out, maybe. Hard maybe, actually. But who knows? Anyway, that is Lost Heavy Metal Media, and as always, I want to know, what do you think? Is there anything on this list you didn't know about? If you could pick one to surface for everyone to listen to, what would it be? Let me know in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe, join if you've seen. I tend to post a couple times a week, and I'll see you later.